All right, today we're diving into something that's making some serious waves in the world of aesthetics. It's called Endolift, and it's all about getting that tighter, more youthful look, but without the major surgery. It's got a ton of buzz, so let's get right into what this is all about.
You know, a lot of us would love to dial back the clock a bit, but the thought of a full-on surgical facelift, the risks, the downtime, it can be a little much. So what if, just what if, there was a way to get a real noticeable lift, but without actually going under the knife? That's the big question we're tackling today.
And this is exactly where Endolift enters the picture. It's a procedure that's literally designed to tighten up skin and melt away fat, all with incredibly minimal downtime. That means you can get back to your life like almost immediately. So how on earth does it do that? Let's get into the nitty-gritty.
Okay, let's pull back the curtain on this. To really get how Endolift delivers these amazing results, we've got to look underneath the skin, literally, and explore the science that powers this whole thing from the inside out.
So what is it exactly? Well, at its core, it's a minimally invasive laser treatment. But here's the cool part. It does three key things. It tightens sagging skin, it reduces fat, and, this is the most important part, it stimulates your body's own natural collagen production. You know, collagen is like the scaffolding for our skin, the stuff that keeps it firm and bouncy. So Endolift isn't just a temporary fix, it's actually helping your skin rebuild itself.
The procedure itself is honestly pretty remarkable in how precise it is. First, a local anesthetic is applied just to make sure you're comfortable. Then, a tiny entry point is made. We're not talking about any major incisions here. After that, a laser fiber that is literally as thin as a single strand of hair is gently inserted right under the skin. From there, it delivers this targeted laser energy that melts fat and triggers that incredible skin tightening response, all from within.
And here's where the real magic happens. That laser energy basically flips a switch on your body's own natural healing process. This in turn kicks your collagen production into high gear. By getting your body to build all this new collagen, the treatment restores firmness and elasticity over time. The result is this really natural-looking tightening effect, all without the need for surgery. Pretty amazing, right?
Now, you might be thinking this is just for one little spot on your face. Well, think again. Endolift is super versatile and can be used on all sorts of different parts of the body. It really offers the potential for a head-to-toe transformation. So let's take a look at where it's being used most.
The versatility is honestly impressive. If you look at the breakdown, about 40% of treatments are for the face. But then you have the neck and chin area, and the body, think arms, stomach, thighs, each making up about 30%. This just shows you how adaptable this technology really is for tackling different concerns all over.
So let's zero in on a really common area of concern for so many people, the chin and jawline. For a lot of us, this is one of the first places we start to see changes. You know, a little sagging or some stubborn fat. And it's an area where Endolift can make a huge, visible difference.
The goals here are crystal clear, right? We're talking about reducing the look of a double chin, really sharpening up the jawline for a more defined look, and hitting those stubborn pockets of fat that just don't seem to want to go away. The final result? A much sleeker, more sculpted profile.
But like I said, Endolift isn't just for the face and neck. Nope, it's also incredibly effective for body contouring. It's especially popular for the arms and the stomach, two areas where skin can really lose its firmness over time, whether from aging or weight changes.
So for the body, Endolift can do things like firm up that loose skin on the upper arms, you know, what some people call bat wings, reduce underarm bulges, and effectively tighten up the abdomen. It really offers a non-surgical option for results that used to require procedures like an arm lift or a tummy tuck.
Okay, we've covered the science and we've talked about the incredible results. But now let's get down to the practical side of things. What's the actual experience like? What can you expect during the treatment? And just as important, what's the recovery all about?
This little comparison really puts everything into perspective. With Endolift, you're looking at a minimally invasive procedure, local anesthesia, and downtime that's measured in hours or maybe a couple of days. On the other hand, traditional surgery means incisions, general anesthesia, and often weeks of recovery. Plus, with Endolift, the results show up gradually and naturally as your body builds that new collagen, which a lot of people really prefer.
So, the big question on everyone's mind, how long does it last? Well, get this. Because the treatment is actually working with your body to rebuild your skin's own structure, the effects from just a single session are incredibly long-lasting. We're talking typically 2 to 5 years. And here's another huge benefit, the quick recovery. Most people are literally back to their normal routine the very next day. You might have a little bit of redness or swelling, sure,
but that usually goes away within just a few days. It's really designed for people who can't just hit the pause button on their busy lives.
Of course, hearing from someone who's actually been through it is powerful. A patient named Vivian said her experience was painless and that she was very comfortable the whole time. She also mentioned how meticulous the doctor was. And that, right there, really highlights the level of care and expertise you should be looking for.
And that brings up a crucial point. With any advanced procedure like this, the experience and the skill of the clinic you choose is everything. So let's talk about what sets a pioneer clinic like PCH MedSpa apart from the pack.
Experience is absolutely key. PCH MedSpa, for instance, was a pioneer clinic for this treatment right here in the US, and they've performed over 800 successful Endolift procedures. That kind of number, well, it speaks for itself. It points to a really deep level of expertise.
Okay, so what about the cost? Here's the deal. Because the treatment is completely tailored to you, the price really depends on the area you're treating and what your specific goals are. This is not a one-size-fits-all procedure, so there's no single price tag. Which, of course, brings us to the most important question of all. What could your results look like? And to answer that, you really need a personalized approach to see how this incredible technology can help you hit your unique goals. So, the best next step you can take is to get a personalized plan. Scheduling a consultation with an expert, like Dr. Kaveh Karandish, is where you can really talk about what you want to achieve, get a precise plan, and of course, understand the final cost.
So if you're interested in learning more and getting that totally personalized assessment, here's all the info you need to get in touch with the team at PCH MedSpa and book your consultation. Thanks so much for watching.